Hi everybody, my name is Dana and I'm with the NORDYNE Technical Service Department, here again with another technical tip for you. Have you ever looked inside of a high efficiency gas furnace and you see a trap assembly and wondered to yourself, what actually is the purpose of the trap? The trap in high efficiency heating ultimately acts as a vacuum brake against the negative pressure, or the suction, if you will, that's being generated by the inducer assembly. The inducer on a high efficiency furnace, because it's category 4 venting, the inducer has to pull the heat exchanger into a negative pressure and then also ultimately put a positive pressure on the flue to help expel the products of combustion. But while that inducer is running and the furnace is cycling, it's going to begin to produce condensate or moisture. We ultimately have to allow that moisture to drain away from the furnace. How we accomplish that easily is by incorporating the use of a trap. Okay? The trap acts as a vacuum brake, or gives a vacuum brake effect against the negative pressure of the inducer. The other important aspect that you want to pay attention to on your condensate plumbing of a high efficiency furnace is simply this. You already have a trap at the furnace. If you were to ultimately trap that drain line again, whether you did it purposely or not, but if you were ultimately to introduce a second trap, or a double trap, if you will, what will happen is that those two traps then cancel each other out. Right? It's almost as if then you have no trap whatsoever. And with no vacuum brake effect against the inducer, now the furnace wants to try to allow water to suspend inside the heat exchanger, and that can begin to affect your pressure switch operation. We had done a prior video before about the effects of double trapping, specifically when you are attempting to incorporate a condensate pump. Condensate pumps just continue to grow in popularity in modern installations in homes that have high efficiency heating. It is too easy to inadvertently create a double trap scenario for a high efficiency furnace by using a condensate pump. You already have the one trap in the furnace. Now, if your tubing, if your plumbing goes into the well of that condensate pump and goes below the water line inside the well of that pump, there's your double trap. And it doesn't have to double trap for very long. Well, let's say you had a 2-stage gas furnace, and you notice that every time it goes to low fire, wham, all of a sudden the pressure switch drops out on the thing. Chances are you're looking at a double trap scenario, and ultimately the furnace can overcome the double trap when it's running in high fire, but it can't overcome the double trap when it's in low fire because the inducer has slowed down. You want to pay particular attention to how your plumbing has been constructed so that you don't create a double trap. It's important to realize the importance of the trap and what purpose it serves. That trap is creating a vacuum brake effect against the negative pressure being generated by the inducer. Hope you found today's tech tip useful and informative for you. Be sure to always keep checking back at NORDYNE for newer tech tip videos that we'll produce. We'll see you then. Thanks for watching.